My name is Jen Farrow, and I'm a librarian at the Lane Community College Library. Today I'm going to show you how to search a library research database to find magazine and journal articles. I'll start at our website at library.lanecc.edu. To get to our databases page, click on Databases. Down below, you'll see a list of topics into which our databases are organized. The typical database is a collection of magazine, journal, and/or newspaper articles all gathered together in one place and searchable. Each database focuses on a particular topic. You can choose the database based on the topic, or you can search more than one database at the same time by clicking on the search blank on the orange colored black background under the Article Search tab. This search blank will search all of the 30 databases that the library pays for to a company called EBSCO. The library pays for the databases, so you don't have to. When you search the databases, you're searching different materials than you would search for using Google because everything in the article databases was originally published on actual paper and went through a fact-checking process. Let's do a sample search. I'm going to search for the effects of COVID-19 on college campuses. This is the kind of search that you would do in Google, but it won't work so well in databases. You want to do a keyword search, not a natural language search. Keep your search terms simple, only including the most important words. For example, the words the effects of could apply to almost any topic, so we won't include them here. The next thing that I don't need to have is the word campuses. I'll go ahead and delete it because the word campuses could apply to any college, so it's not going to help us narrow down things here at all. I'll just change the word here from college to colleges. And another word that we don't need is the word on because it really doesn't add anything to our search. So we're going to search for COVID-19 and the word colleges, which will get any article that mentions the word COVID-19 and also mentions the word colleges. Now I'll click on the search button. And I get over 130,000 results, which is way too many to go through. One thing you can do to revise your search is to narrow the topic that you're searching for up here. See, it's saying that I'm searching for COVID-19 in colleges, but I can add another word to the blank. For instance, enrollment, if that's what I'm really interested in. I'll hit search again. Now I have a lot less results to go for, that to search through, which in this case is about 3,200. Other things you can do to go over and to refine your results is that you can use the filter options just under the search blank at the top. For example, I could limit it by date. Click on the All Time button, then choose your date range. Here, I'll change it to the past 5 years. Another thing you can do is that if you're getting too many articles that are too difficult to read, that is, they're mostly from scholarly or peer-reviewed journals written by people with PhDs to be read by other people with PhDs. You can limit your results to magazines only. That's a good way to get the database to throw out any articles that are journals and limit it just to magazines, articles that are easier to read. I'll click on the source type button, then select magazines, then click on the apply button. Now I've got about 300 articles. For example, let's look at the first title, The Lost Year. It also lists the author down here below, Katie Riley, and the title of the magazine, Time Magazine. It tells you the date it was published, and it tells you how long it is. In this case, 6 pages long. If I wanted to view the article, I could just click on the Access Now button. If I would like to email the article to myself or to cite the article, I would click on the title of the article, then use the icons at the top right-hand corner of the page. Here's the share icon if I want to email it to myself, and here's the cite button if I want to find a citation for the article. If I decide I want to keep the article and keep searching, I would click on the Save article, and then I'll be able to access it later by clicking on the Save icon in my dashboard. I hope this has been a useful introduction to how to search a database. Good luck, and if you need any help, please ask a librarian.